There's been a development in off-grid batteries that's interesting and worth sharing. So in this video I'll be talking about the new Tesla Powerwall. American entrepreneur Elon Musk has released the Powerwall, a new Tesla battery for off-grid houses. In a very good presentation, he explains how it can run a 2 kilowatt household, which is fundamentally what I have. I've put a link to his presentation below. It's well worth watching because it provides new ideas for solving world energy problems. I'm going to compare my batteries with the new battery to see if it's viable for me. To begin with, I'll give you a recap of how my batteries evolved. There are two types of lead-acid batteries, sealed and wet batteries. The sealed batteries require little or no maintenance, but they're more expensive. The wet batteries are the ones that you top up the fluid levels in. These are cheaper and they last longer. I wanted to be able to run a conventional household fridge-freezer from batteries and solar panels. In my first attempt I bought 6 golf cart batteries. These are lead-acid 6-volt batteries, each of them holding 225 amp hours. This battery bank was great for lights, water pumps and computers, but it didn't do very well trying to run the fridge freezer. A battery's life is measured in cycles. One cycle is full to flat and back to full again. How you use your batteries will determine how long it lasts. If you take it from full to flat each time, it'll do that 600 times or 600 cycles, and that's going to give you approximately 2 years of life. If you discharge it down to only 50%, it'll last longer. A battery discharged to 50% will last 1200 cycles, or about 4 years. If you only take it down to 80%, then it's going to last 3000 cycles and possibly 8 years. There's a downside to this idea. If you're only using 20% of your battery bank capacity, you have to buy a much bigger battery bank. And batteries are expensive and have a life. So I expanded the battery bank to make it up to 48 volts. I did this by joining the batteries in series. On most days, I take my batteries down to being 80% full. So my battery bank is much bigger than it really needs to be. I've calculated that each of my battery banks can store 10.8 kilowatts. And one battery bank is $1,300 US or 1,600 Australian. The Tesla Powerwalls are powered by lithium-ion batteries. This is the same type that powers your electric drill. They're actually stuffed full of 18650 batteries. Lots of small cells arranged so they can't overheat and are all fused. The design of the battery evolved out of their electric sports car. Tesla are marketing a 7 kilowatt and a 10 kilowatt battery. So for ease of comparison, I'll just talk about the 10 kilowatt battery. The Tesla battery is being offered with a 10-year warranty, which is quite remarkable. It's also being pitched at a very reasonable price. So let's see if the battery is any good for me. In theory, I could run on one battery bank, but this means it would be used up in 4 years. So in theory, I would consume 2 battery banks in 8 years, whereas the Tesla's warranty is good for 10 years. And the price is very similar. So based on that, I really quite like the Powerwall. And if you add the fact that it fits on the wall, I don't have to top it up with water, this becomes really quite appealing. My battery bank's 48 volts. My charge controller and inverter are both designed to work with 48 volts. The Tesla battery is 450 volts, which means they're not compatible. Whilst I have a fully working system, it's not in my interest to change my hardware. I expect there'll be a very economical plug-and-play charger inverter for the battery. When this happens, it makes it a very appealing buy. If I was starting from scratch, I'd look very seriously at one of their packages. Click on the link to watch the video where I wire the solar panels to generate electricity for our shipping container house. Press subscribe to follow more of our adventures, and please press the like button if you enjoyed this video. It helps the channel. For more information about the ebooks, please visit my website at buildshippingcontainerhouse.com.